Hello, my friends, and welcome to a new Real Conversations episode from English Plus Podcast, where we dive into practical scenarios to help you master English in real-life situations. Today, we're focusing on how to book a hotel room. Now, before we dive into the details of how we do that, let's listen to a real-life conversation when this happens, and then I'm going to share some notes and thoughts about the conversation. Let's listen to the conversation first.
Hello, I'd like to book a room for my upcoming trip.
Good afternoon. I'd be happy to assist you. What dates are you looking to stay with us?
I need a room from March 15th to March 20th.
Let me check our availability. How many guests will be staying?
It will be just me.
Great. For a single guest, we have standard rooms, deluxe rooms, and suites available. Which would you prefer?
Could you explain the difference, please?
Certainly. Our standard rooms are comfortable and basic. Deluxe rooms are more spacious with a better view, and suites include a separate living area and enhanced amenities.
I think a deluxe room would be fine. Does it come with Wi-Fi and breakfast?
Yes, all our rooms have free Wi-Fi. Breakfast is included with the deluxe and suite options. Would you like a room with a double bed or two singles?
A double bed, please. Also, I need a parking spot. Is that available?
Yes, we have parking. It's an additional $15 per day. Would you like to add that to your booking?
Yes, please. And could you tell me about your cancellation policy?
Our policy allows free cancellation up to 48 hours before your arrival date. After that, there's a charge for one night's stay.
That sounds reasonable. I also need an airport shuttle. Do you provide that service?
We do offer an airport shuttle service. There's a small fee for the shuttle, and we need your flight details to schedule it.
Great. I'll email my flight details later. Can I pay for the room now?
Absolutely. We accept credit cards and online transfers. Which would you prefer?
I'll use my credit card.
Perfect. I'll need some personal information to complete your booking. May I have your full name, address, and phone number?
Sure. My name is Alex Johnson. My address is...
Thank you, Alex. I booked a deluxe room for you from March 15th to March 20th, with parking and airport shuttle arrangements. We'll send a confirmation email shortly.
Thank you. Could you also recommend some good restaurants nearby?
Of course. There are several great dining options around. I'll include some recommendations in the confirmation email.
That would be fantastic. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome, Alex. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to contact us. We look forward to your stay with us.
I appreciate it. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Alex. Have a great day.
So our conversation begins with Alex, the guest, initiating the booking. Alex says, "Hello, I'd like to book a room for my upcoming trip." Now notice the use of "I'd like to" here. It's a polite way to express your intention. Don't just go and say, "I want." I want is okay, it's not an insult, but it's very direct. It's always better to be polite and say, "I'd like to do something." Now, next, the hotel receptionist asks for the stay dates, and Alex responds, "I need a room from March 15th to March 20th. Well, it's very important, obviously, to be specific with dates to ensure clarity, especially for booking a hotel. And remember, this is, of course, it's a very easy and simple expression, but remember to use it. In English, we say from the start date to the end date. Now, let's move on. The receptionist then offers different room types. Now, when Alex isn't sure, he asks for an explanation, saying, "Could you explain the difference, please?" Remember, it is perfectly okay to ask for more details if you're not sure. It's actually crucial. Ask about prices, ask about everything you want. That's very important, and Alex does just that. Could you explain the difference? Remember, here again, we're using some polite language. Could you explain? Not just go direct and say, "Explain the difference, please." That's not polite, all right? And amenities are up next. Alex asks, "Does it come with Wi-Fi and breakfast?" Well, this is a common inquiry in hotel bookings. The term amenities refer to these additional services or facilities that you get when you stay in a hotel. So you can ask about them, of course, and ask if they're included or not. Because if they're not included, remember that you will have to pay extra for them. It's very important to ask about all the details just to know exactly how much you're going to be spending when you come and stay in this hotel. Now, moving on, Alex specifies his preferences and inquires about extra services. He says, "A double bed, please. Also, I need a parking spot. Is that available?" Remember, again, clearly state your preferences and additional needs if you need them, because that is very important. What if when you come to the hotel and ask for these things and the receptionist simply says, "We don't have these available"? What are you going to do about it? Maybe they can't get you a double bed. Maybe there is no parking spot. Ask about everything you need beforehand. If they don't have it, you might want to choose another hotel or just accept it if it is okay. But remember, ask for everything you need. Be specific. It's very important. And an important part of any booking is understanding the cancellation policy. Alex does this by asking, "Could you tell me about your cancellation policy?" Remember, knowing this can save a lot of hassle if plans change, because plans do change. I mean, sometimes you book a hotel room and then plans change and you want to cancel and they tell you that, "I'm sorry, we can't cancel, you have to pay," or you have to pay a certain percentage of the rate of the room. And you get angry or upset or whatever because you didn't ask about the cancellation policy. Ask about it, know what it entails, so that you'll be okay with it later if it happens, if you have to change. Now, remember, additional services like airport shuttles are also essential sometimes. So Alex asks, "I also need an airport shuttle. Do you provide that service?" Now remember, airport shuttle, that simply means transportation from the hotel to the airport. So if you need this, you can ask about it. Always confirm any extra services you might require during your stay. And next, of course, we come to payment. Alex chooses to pay with a credit card, which is a common payment method in hotels. Of course, usually all hotels accept credit cards, but it's always good to be sure. It's always good to confirm the accepted methods of payment. If you want to pay with a credit card, ask about it. Ask about the specific type of credit card you have, if they accept it or not. Of course, saying that, I know that most hotels, or like 99.9% of hotels, accept all major credit cards. But anyway, if you have any doubts, just ask. Now, the receptionist then asked for personal information to complete the booking. Well, this is standard procedure and necessary for reservation confirmation. Finally, Alex asked for local recommendations, saying, "Could you also recommend some good restaurants nearby?" Well, this is a great way to learn about local dining options from someone who knows the area, and it's completely normal to ask a hotel receptionist about this. And there you have it, my friends, a breakdown of a typical hotel booking conversation in English. Remember, clarity and politeness are key. And don't hesitate to ask questions if you're unsure about anything. Thank you very much for joining me today on Real Conversations from English Plus Podcast. If you liked the episode, follow English Plus Podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform or app, and share our podcast with your friends and family. And if you feel extra generous, you can go to my Patreon page and support me by becoming an English Plus Premium member. And by doing that, you will not only be supporting me and helping me create more of the content you like, but you will also unlock access to exclusive content that I share only with my patrons. With that being said, thank you very much for listening to another episode from English Plus Podcast. This is your host, Danny, signing off. I will see you next time.